I'd now like to bring Matt Green, President and CEO of Frontlight Building Company, to the stage for a brief discussion. Thank you, Matt. Matt, thanks for being here today and taking time away from your business.
This is great. Thanks for having me. Very exciting.
Yeah, you've been a great partner to us thus far in the journey.
Thank you, Tim.
We've learned a lot from you and your company. Why don't you start, Matt, by telling us a little bit about your company?
Yeah, sure. Frontlight Building Company, we've been around for about 10 years, and we focus primarily in the coastal regions of South Carolina and Georgia. We kind of have two product lines that we focus on. One is a higher-end custom product. We build about 40 homes a year, ranging anywhere from $1 million to $5 million. And then recently, as a result of the digital tools and our experience over the last couple of years, we've launched a branch called Simplified, which is exactly what it sounds like, right? It's just a simpler approach to building, utilizing some of the efficiencies that we picked up by utilizing these digital tools.
Yeah. I've been in some of Matt's builds. He builds a tremendous house.
Oh, thank you.
I'm glad to see how we've been able to help his business. Matt, why don't you share which digital tools you're using within your business and how the deployment process has gone thus far?
Yeah, so based on the product line, we use a lot of the digital tools. Frankly, the more that time goes on, the more we're integrating them into the business. So we're big proponents of the Build Optimize process. We're big proponents of the rendering process and the home configure because it really allows us to integrate the customer into our build experience much, much sooner than we did, frankly, prior to COVID. COVID really presented a lot of challenges to us as builders, some that we didn't foresee. And so I was searching for solutions and innovative ways to better our experience with our customers. And those are just some of the tools that have had a great impact on our business.
Yeah, very good. Matt, talk a little bit about how the tools have impacted your business. I said a few things at a high level about build cycle time and cost savings. Talk about the impact on your business and the relationship with Builders FirstSource.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, when COVID came around, we were looking for solutions to really drive some accuracy things, like takeoff and estimating and things that we were having a big challenge because there was so much coming at us at one time. And so I sat down with BFS, and the more I listened to today and all of the leadership team, it's exactly what I witnessed with Frontlight Building Company. We rolled up our sleeves together, and I brought some challenges and problems to the table, and we worked through those together. Yeah. And those digital tools, taking something from a 2D platforming and bringing it to life in a digital world from a 3D standpoint, really allowed us to look at the build in a different manner than we did, frankly, on the job site.
Right.
And so we were very proactive. And so the relationship with Builders FirstSource was critical to us making it through some of those challenging times because our growth was like this.
Right.
And so we needed all the help we could get at the time. And Builders FirstSource was incredible as a partner in that effort.
Yeah, that's great. We all know that this is an industry that lags behind others in terms of technology adoption, and that change process is hard. And it really has to be a partnership between the home builder and their local suppliers.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it's a journey, and building is not getting easier. We hear about labor today and the install, and there's a lot of questions around that. And I exactly think that's where the focus should be. And I think these digital tools, as an organization, as a leader of our organization, I am searching for an end-to-end platform where if we can build the house in a 3D virtual world prior to anything happening on a job site, there's just so many efficiencies that we can pick up with our trade partners, with our customers. And then how do we become more efficient as we go into the field and build, whether it be components or installs and things like that? Right. I am driving to figure out ways to do things what we do on a day-to-day basis easier.
Right. Matt, through this process of being an early adopter, what's been the most eye-opening to you, right? You're deploying basically a new process where there's more upfront engagement with your suppliers, with your trades, with your home buyer. Why don't you talk about what's been most eye-opening as you deploy the technology?
The biggest, it's a great question, right? Because the biggest eye-opening thing for me is as a builder, we've been in this business and space for a long time, really integrating the trades and the customers earlier on into that build cycle was important to me. And it's been game-changing for us. It really has. You know, because we have a subcontractor model in the construction industry, right? We don't own the trades. So how do we integrate them into the business? And through this Build Optimize, where we're building the house together, they literally come to our office and we collaborate the various disciplines, the key disciplines of the trade together. That's a win, right? We solve so many problems together versus on the job site, right? I often say we don't have to call the fire station every day to see what the problem is today. So we're being proactive. And then the same thing with the customer. Number one, they can see that experience that we're doing, so it gives them comfort. But then we can take, you know, whatever selections and things that we do, and we can show them all of that information prior to them actually, you know, constructing the house. And that is enormous to be able to bring that onto one platform.
Yeah.
The biggest challenge that we've had is as an organization is, you know, we get so excited, we want to immediately implement it into our team. And so we have changed how we do business as an organization from an efficiency standpoint. You know, for instance, our estimator is now, we call him a virtual builder, right? Because that's what he's doing. He's building the house with all of the people that I talked about prior to construction. Yes, estimating is as a proponent of that, because that ties directly into what you're doing with the MyBLDR and storing all of our pricing information, all of our logistics, you know, with the job site delivery. So again, creating that end-to-end platform has been invaluable for us as we do what we do on a day-to-day basis.
Right, and you end up with a home that's built the way it was designed to be built, and mechanical, electrical, plumbing systems that are operating the way they were designed to operate. So you end up with a better build
That's
and
you know,
better
it's never
control
happened
over-
to us, right? The customer is always happy. I'm just kidding.
And you're making changes at the job site, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yep. All right, so just one last question for you. What advice would you give to other home builders that are considering the use of technology within their business?
You know, I think you hit on it, right? The first time we spoke, we had alignment that this industry needed to change.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a CPA by trade and was on the intangible side of the business and got into the building business because it was very gratifying to me to be able to build products and be able to deliver those experiences. As I look at the industry as a whole, I look at the home building industry as a whole, I think we're so far behind on integrating technology into what we do on a day-to-day basis. And I could go on for hours on that particular comment. And so I don't think people have a choice, right? I mean, the product suite that you're bringing to the market, certainly digital tools, right? There's a tool for everybody to use, but I think is the MyBLDL platform where you can store documents and do scheduling and look at your materials and look at your deliveries, right? That's a huge win from where we have in the industry now. And so, you know, when I talk to people, I always encourage them. It's amazing the platforms that people are still using today in this business to run their business of building a home. And frankly, I've heard it here, like, hey, I just built a home 2 years ago, and it was unbelievable. It was driving me nuts.
Yeah.
And so I think there's so much upside and opportunity, you know, in the market, and I think these digital tools are going to be a huge portion.
Yeah, right. Well, thank you for that, Matt. You know, Matt made the comment that he could talk about this for hours, and he and I have talked about this for hours.
That's true.
And I'm sure there's some of you in the audience here that would love to hear him talk for 2 more hours. But Matt, thank you for taking the time away from your business and being here with us today and sharing your experience. Matt will be available in our demonstration area after we close out here. We are showing off some of his projects in the demonstration area, so please don't hesitate to ask Matt any questions about his experience in working with us. But thanks again, Matt. You've been a huge supporter to us.
Thanks, Tim. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you. All right.